The desert is quiet just before dawn. For a brief moment, the wind stops, the sand holds its breath, and three immense shadows stretch across the Giza plateau. They have stood here for more than 4,000 years, watching empires rise, fall, and vanish, yet they remain. Not as ruins, but as a challenge. A challenge to time, to logic, and to us. Who built them, how, and why here? Long before Cairo's skyline existed, this plateau was chosen as a gateway between worlds. To the ancient Egyptians, death was not an ending but a transformation, and Giza was not simply a burial ground. It was a carefully designed landscape of eternity. Kings believed that from this place, their souls would rise to the heavens and live forever among the stars. The story begins with a young pharaoh named Khufu. When he came to power around 2580 BCE, Egypt was wealthy, stable, and confident. Khufu did not want a tomb like his predecessors. He wanted something that would defy mortality itself. What followed was the construction of the largest stone structure ever built by human hands, the Great Pyramid. More than 2 million limestone blocks, each weighing as much as a small truck, fitted together so precisely that even today a blade cannot slide between them. And no mortar was used. For centuries, people believed these stones were placed by enslaved laborers whipped under a burning sun. But archaeology tells a different, far more human story. The builders of Giza were skilled workers, farmers during the Nile's flood season, fed with bread, beer, and meat. Their names were carved into hidden chambers inside the pyramid, graffiti left behind with pride. These were not slaves. They were craftsmen participating in a sacred mission, building eternity for their king. As the Great Pyramid rose, so did its purpose. It was not just a tomb. It was a machine for resurrection. Its sides align almost perfectly with the cardinal directions. Its internal shafts point toward specific stars, including Orion, associated with Osiris, god of the afterlife. To the Egyptians, the sky was a divine map, and Giza was built to follow it. Next came Khafre, Khufu's son. His pyramid appears taller, though it is slightly smaller, an illusion created by higher ground and a steeper angle. At its summit, smooth white limestone casing still survives, offering a glimpse of how all the pyramids once gleamed, brilliant, blinding monuments reflecting the sun. Imagine approaching Giza in ancient times and seeing not weathered stone, but shining mountains of light. It was Khafre who likely commissioned the most enigmatic guardian of all, the Great Sphinx. Carved directly from the bedrock, with the body of a lion and the face of a king, it has stared eastward toward the rising sun for millennia. Legends claim it hides secret chambers beneath its paws. Some say it holds lost knowledge of a forgotten civilization. The truth may be less fantastical, but no less fascinating. The Sphinx shows signs of erosion that spark ongoing debates, suggesting a history more complex than we once believed. The final pyramid belonged to Menkaure, Khafre's successor. Smaller, yet refined, its lower stones were once sheathed in red granite, a luxury material hauled from hundreds of kilometers away. Menkaure's reign appears to have emphasized compassion and justice, and his pyramid complex reflects this shift: temples, statues, and reliefs that feel more personal, more human. But the Giza Necropolis was never just about pyramids. Surrounding them were mortuary temples, causeways, boat pits, and cemeteries for nobles and officials who wanted to remain close to their divine rulers in the afterlife. Solar boats, buried in pieces and reassembled thousands of years later, were designed to carry the king's soul across the sky with the sun god Ra. One of these boats, found beside the Great Pyramid, is so well preserved it still smells of ancient cedar. What makes Giza truly remarkable is not only its scale, but its planning. Every structure fits into a larger cosmic design. The plateau itself may have been chosen because it rose above the floodwaters of the Nile, symbolizing permanence in a land shaped by cycles. From here, the pharaoh could rise above chaos and join the eternal order of the universe. Yet even in antiquity, Giza inspired awe and confusion. Greek visitors arrived centuries later, already unsure how these monuments had been built. Stories of giants and magic filled the gaps where knowledge had faded. Medieval travelers stripped casing stones from mosques in Cairo, unknowingly erasing the pyramid's smooth skins. Still, the core remained, unyielding, defiant. And then there is time itself. Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the smartphone than to the building of the pyramids. When mammoths still walked parts of the earth, Giza was already ancient. These monuments were old even when history was young. Today, Giza stands on the edge of a modern city, surrounded by noise, traffic, and life. Yet when the sun sets and the shadows stretch once more across the sand, something ancient returns. A reminder that human ambition can reach beyond a single lifetime. That stone, belief, and imagination can echo across thousands of years. The Giza Necropolis is not just a chapter in history. It is a conversation between the living and the dead, between the earth and the stars. And as long as those pyramids stand against the desert sky, that conversation is far from over.